God bless you, loved ones. Welcome to the Word with Chester. Today we'll continue study in the 7th chapter of the book of Numbers. I do thank God for you, and I apologize if we have not been punctual as we should have been. We missed a few sessions on last week. I've been a very, very busy man, and I trust that you understand. I also ask that you pray for me, that God will give me the strength to keep up the pace as long as I have to keep up this rigorous schedule. God is blessing us to do many things, and I do thank God that as He opens doors, I do all that I can to walk through them. I ask you to continue to pray, not just one time, but pray on a daily basis, because I need your prayers. God is doing so many wonderful things, and I don't want to burn out physically so that I cannot do what God would have me to do, but yet there are so many things that I have to do to keep up the momentum that we are doing. As you well know, that I am a songwriter, and we do have a new song that will be out very soon, and I trust that you will purchase that song for us, because it'll be a blessing to you. It will be a song that will encourage you and uplift you, and I trust that you will purchase that from us. Well, in our last lesson, we read down to verse 59 of the 7th chapter of the book of Numbers. Today we'll begin our reading at verse 60 and do all that we can to read to the conclusion of this chapter. It's a very long chapter, and to do so I'm going to have to do more reading today than give commentary. But those of you that's been with us, Moses is writing the offerings of all of the children of Israel, or what the heads or the princes of the children of Israel, all of the children of Israel had brought, and he did it by their tribes, and it seems somewhat repetitious, so I do not have to explain further. If you don't understand what's going on in this chapter, I encourage you to go to our last study, and you can glean and you'll see what Moses is actually doing. Every writer has his own style, and this is Moses' writing style and giving account, and also God led him and inspired him to let us know what all of the children of Israel did. In other words, they brought their offering. They brought what they could to the Lord and presented it before the Lord as the Lord required of them. Now in verse 60, we're going to continue this mode, and on the 9th day, Abidan, the son of Gideoniah, prince of the children of Benjamin, offered. Now this was the 9th day. Now get the picture. Each tribe, each head of the family, they brought their offering. Not all of them didn't bring it on the same day. One brought it one day, another one the next, and another one the next, and now we're on the ninth day. Now remember, there's 12 tribes of the children of Israel, 12 of them. So this is day 9, and I trust that we will read to the conclusion of this chapter, and that way you will understand what is going on and what all of them gave. Again in 60, and the 9th day, Abidan, the son of Gideoniah, prince of the children of Benjamin, offered. His offering was 1 silver platter. The weight thereof was 130 shekels. 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels. After the shekels of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil, for a meal offering. In verse 62, one golden spoon of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering. Let me read that again, verse 64. 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering. As we continue to read, and for a sacrifice of peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Abidan, the son of Gideoniah. Let's continue reading in verse 66. On the 10th day, Ahiezer, the son of Amashabadiah, prince of the children of Dan, offered. His offering was 1 silver platter, the weight whereof was 150 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them shekels full of fine flour mixed with oil for a meal offering. Shall we continue? 1 gallon spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goat for a sin offering. Verse 71, and for a sacrifice of peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai. Now, we're reading now, it seems repetitious, but remember our focus. We're teaching through the Bible, reading through the Bible, verse by verse and chapter by chapter. And we don't want to ever lose focus on what we're doing. We're going to read completely through this Bible and give commentary as we go. Now, remember, it seems repetitious because all of them are given basically the same thing for their offering, because this is what the Lord required of them. And here we go into the 11th day. On the 11th day, Pagiel, the son of Ortran, prince of the children of Asher, offered. His offering was 1 silver platter, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a meal offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels of incense, full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Pagiel, the son of Otran. As we read, on the 12th day, Ahira, the son of Enan, prince of the children of Naphtali, offered. Now here we are on the 12th day. His offering was 1 silver platter, 1 weight. The weight thereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a meal offering. 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram of a lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goat for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Ahira, the son of Enan. Now, shall we continue reading? Now, we went through all 12 days and what they have offered now. Let's continue reading in verse 84. This was the dedication of the altar in the day when it was anointed by the princes of Israel. 12 platters of silver, 12 silver bowls, 12 spoons of gold. Now we're given an overall tally of what they brought. All of them brought something. All of them brought. Now we're given the tally of what all of them brought together. Everything together. Now verse 85 reads, each platter of silver weighing 130 shekels, each bowl 70. Each bowl 70. All of the silver vessels weighed 2,400 shekels, after the shekels of the sanctuary. Can you get the picture now? We're given a grand total of what was brought in. Verse 86, the golden spoons were 12 full of incense, weighing 10 shekels apiece, after the shekel of the sanctuary. All the gold of the spoons was 120 shekels. Now Now shall we read in verse 87, all the oxen for the burnt offerings were 12 bullocks, the rams 12, the lambs of the first year 12, and their meal offerings, and the kids of goats for a sin offering 12. 12 tribes, all of them brought one, so it was 12 there. Now let's read on in verse 88. And all the oxen for the sacrifice of the peace offering were 20, and 4 bullocks, and the rams 60, the he goats 60, the lambs of the first year 60. This was the dedication of the altar after it was anointed. Now get that picture. You need to, I know if this is your first setting, you may miss a few things, but you can go to our archives. After Moses had anointed the temple, anointed it and dedicated it and did all of what God had commanded him to do for the temple, it constructed, it anointed. Here the offering that they brought after all that transpired. Now shall we read 89? And when Moses was gone into the tabernacle of the congregation to speak with them, then he heard the voice of one speaking unto him from off the mercy seat that was upon the ark of the testimony, from between the two cherubims, and he spoke unto him. He heard a voice, and I can tell you, Moses heard the voice of God. Moses heard God himself, and God knew how to communicate with them. And we're going to get more intelligence as we read into the next chapter, but you have to understand, Moses obeyed God to the T, and I believe that's why God chose him to do the job that he did, because he knew Moses would obey him. Moses would do what he told him to do. And Moses, as God commanded Moses, Moses commanded the children of Israel. They brought everything that was commanded them, and they gave their offering, and they did it so willingly and so in such a dignified manner. They brought their offering because the temple had been constructed, the tabernacle had been raised and had been anointed, and God's Spirit had been proven to be there. God's Spirit there every time they would come. So you have to understand that they did this so willingly, and God blessed them because they did what they did willingly. Now we're going to read further in this chapter. We'll begin chapter 8 in our next session. I challenge you to be here. I say all the time, some of the things that we read is somewhat repetitious, and it may get boring to you, but we have to stay focused. We're reading through the Bible verse by verse and chapter by chapter. I'm giving commentary as we go. I want you to know everything that there is to know about the Bible that I can impart to you. I'll tell you, none of us know it all, but in reading through the Bible, we will glean much, and God is able to talk to us. Why? Because we read it verse by verse and chapter by chapter. We didn't leave any out, and that's my goal, to read through this Bible. We've already read through the New Testament scriptures from Matthew all the way to Revelation, and we've talked about it. Now we're in the Old Testament, and with this far, we're going to continue, and I ask that you pray for us that God will give us the glory, get the glory out of all that He does. I want you to know I'm doing all I can to please Him. I don't worry about trying to make a name for myself. I just do what I can to please the Lord. And if I get any accolade from man, yes, I'll appreciate everything someone does for me. But let me let you know, my focus is on God. My focus is in doing what He tells me to do. I love Him just that much. I want you to know that I love you, my friends. I love you with the love of the Lord. If you would like to contact me for any reason, you can write me at the Word with Chester Ministries, Post Office Box 200-603, San Antonio, Texas 78220. You can also reach me at my website, www.poemsbychester.com. Remember our music. When you purchase our music, you will be blessed, and you will be a blessing to this ministry. Remember, I love you, my friends. I love you with the love of the Lord. God bless you.